Okay, coming to the top of your mat into Samasthitihi and finding the bottom of your feet. Coming into the body. You can close the eyes here if you want to as we get started. Feeling the whole weight of the body moving down through the feet. So actually feeling that point of connection with the bottom of the feet and the mat. It's really coming into that sense of grounding. Relaxing the toes and pressing down through the base of the big toes, the base of the pinky toes, and down through the center of both heels. Establishing your foundation, engaging through the legs, tucking the tailbone under, so instead of arching the lower back, find the sit bones and move them down towards the floor as you pull the lower belly in, as the pubic bone lifts up, moves up, to flatten and lengthen through the lower back, and then continue lengthening through the rest of the spine, relaxing the shoulders and reaching up through the crown of the head. Samasthitihi, our equal standing posture. It's like our neutral position in yoga, and it can look really simple, which it is, but it's an opportunity to establish the right foundation for every other standing posture. Every other standing posture in yoga is born from this posture. So really taking a moment to come into this posture as an opportunity to come into the body and to come into the breath. Standing tall and strong, but also relaxed and at ease at the same time, finding that balance. And then start to feel the breath moving in and out through the nose. Start to deepen and lengthen the breath using your Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with that. Lengthening and deepening the breath. Bringing the palms to heart center. We'll start with an Om together. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hands back to the side. Gently open the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Slow, steady breath out. We'll start with Surya Namaskar A. On your next inhale, bring the arms over your head. Palms touch, elbows towards each other. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Relax the neck and bend the knees if you need to. Inhale to half lift, fingertips touching the floor. Reach the chest forward. Exhale, find your plank position, strong plank, and lower down. You can lower the knees if you need to, all the way down. Inhale into upward facing dog, halfway or straighten the arms for the full expression. Exhale into downward facing dog, tuck the toes and reach the hips up. Settle here for 5 breaths, relax the neck. 1. Pressing into the base of the pointer fingers and pushing out of the shoulders, reaching the hips up and back. 3, deep, steady breathing. 4, engaging through the legs and reaching down through the heels. It's okay if the heels are lifted a little bit or if the knees are bent a little bit. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, walk the feet to the top as close as you can get them to in between the hands and come into the half lift. Fingertips touching, chest forward. Exhale, fold over the legs, relax the neck. Inhale, arms over your head as you press down through the feet, palms touch. Exhale, Samasthitihi. We'll do the same thing 4 more times just to start warming up the body and connecting the movement with the breath. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold forward, pull the lower belly in, relax the neck. Inhale, flatten the back, half lift. Exhale, find your plank. Strong legs, strong core, shoulders over the wrists. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower the knees if you need to. And if you can, you hover off the floor. If not, go all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs touching the floor. But if possible, lift the thighs, strong legs, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale into downward facing dog. Roll through the toes or bring the knees down. Tuck the toes and reach the hips up. Good. So you take the version that works for you in this moment. Find the breath, long, steady breathing. 2, pulling in the lower belly. 3, 4, 5. Jump to the top or walk to the top, feet together. Look up and lengthen, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms over your head, press down through the feet, palms touch. Exhale, Samasthiti. Again, inhale, moving with the breath. Exhale, fold forward, pull the lower belly in. Inhale, half lift. Keep the lower belly pulled in, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, find your plank. Strong legs, strong core. Bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders down. Reach the chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle into the breath. 1. 2, you're gazing at your thighs or towards the navel. 3, 4, keep pulling in the lower belly, hollowing out the lower belly. 4, 5, inhale, walk or jump to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, strong legs. Inhale, arms over your head, press down through the feet. Reach the ribcage away from the hips. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, again, ribs away from the hips, press down through the feet. Exhale, fold forward, pull the lower belly in. Inhale, half lift. Again, creating space. Exhale, step back and bend the elbows. Keep the elbows close to the ribs, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, upward facing dog. Relax the hips down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the breath. 1, 2, focus on the breath, moving in and out through the nose. 3, 4, 5, inhale, step or jump, half lift. Exhale, pulls forward. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch. Press down as you reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last one like that. Inhale, moving with the breath. Taking your time. Exhale, slowly folding forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, stabilizing as you bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. 1, 2, keep pushing out of the shoulders, pulling the lower belly in. 3, and pressing the heels down through the floor as you engage through the legs. 4, coming to your breathing, steady breaths. 5, inhale, jump or step up to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch, gazing up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar B, same thing, but we'll add a couple postures. Starting with chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest. Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs as much as you can, hands to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this part you know, step back into a plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You bring the right foot forward, in between the hands, as close as you can get it. Lower the back heel. Bend the right knee so the right knee is over the right heel. Find your breath. Pull the lower belly in. Inhale as you lift the chest. Palms touch over your head. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back into a plank. Take a deep breath in. Lower the knees if you need to. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left foot forward. Lower the back heel. So it's okay if the foot just ends up in the middle of the mat. Strong right leg, left heel over the left ankle. Lift up, pull the lower belly in, arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the floor, find your plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle into your breath. 1, 2, long, steady breaths, reconnecting with the breath. 3, matching the length of your inhales to the length of your exhales. 4, 5, looking to the top, step or jump to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into the chair pose, bend the knees, lift the chest, pull the lower belly in. Exhale, Samasthiti. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, chair pose, strong legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back into plank. Bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Lift the chest, palms touch. Pull the lower belly in. Find your breath. Exhale as you bring the hands down. Step back and Chaturanga Dandasana. Take extra breaths where you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, lower the back heel. Inhale as you lift. And then exhale as you go back down. Find your plank. Bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you can hold downward facing dog or you can come into child's pose for 5 breaths. 1. You can rest the head on the floor if you're in child's pose. 2. Wherever you are, the only thing that's important is that you're focusing on the breath, moving in and out through the nose, lengthening and deepening the breath. 4. 5, making your way back into downward facing dog if you're in child's pose. Inhale, walk it to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees, lift the chest, palms touch. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last time. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, fold forward, relax the neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find your plank, bend the elbows. Remember, lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, bend into the right knee. Inhale as you lift up. Keep bending into the right knee. Exhale as you come down. Find your breath. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, strong right leg. Inhale, lift up. Find your breath. Exhale as you come down. This is a long way for the exhale, so take an extra breath if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle into the breath. If you've lost connection with the breath, that's okay. It takes time and practice to really integrate that breath movement connection. Just being aware of where your limit is. Reconnecting here with the breath. Settling back into the stillness and into the body. Take one more breath. Inhale, walk up to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest, bend into the hips. Sink the hips down, palms touch. Exhale, Samasthiti. Okay, moving on. Bring the feet hip-width distance apart and reach forward, catch the big toes with your pointer finger and your middle finger. Padangusthasana. Inhale, look up, lengthen through the spine as you gauge through the legs. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees here if you need to. If you feel too much tension in the hamstrings, especially, bend the knees. 1, find the breath. 2, steady breathing. Pull the lower belly in. 4, 5. Inhale, look up, straighten the arms. Exhale there. Padahastasana, you're going to step on the feet so that the toes are coming up against the wrist crease. And you want the entire back of the hands on the mat. Inhale, lengthen, pull the lower belly in. Exhale, fold over the legs. If the legs are straight, the quads are engaged, and you're pressing down through the base of the big toe, lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Relax the neck, move the shoulders away from the ears. Find your breath. 4, 5. Inhale, look up, pull the lower belly in. Exhale, take the hands out, come to the top of the mat into Samasthiti, which is top of the mat, feet together. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. So now you're going to have to orient yourself on your mat. So become very aware of where the front of your mat is and where the back of your mat is. Okay? Stepping the right foot back. Now your right toes are going to point towards the back of the mat, and the left toes are in at 45 degrees. And the distance between each foot is like the length of one leg. So like, kind of do that to measure. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, you're going to reach forward with the torso, and you start to feel stretch on the left side of the body. Exhale, bring the hand down to the right leg. Keep the leg strong, engage through the quads, and you slide the hand down as far as you can go. If you can, you catch the big toe, gaze up towards the left fingers. Find your breath. 2, 3, if you can't reach the big toes, you can just bring them to the shins. 4, make sure you're not putting too much weight into the leg. Strong legs, hold yourself up. 5, inhale, come up. And pivot the feet. Now the left toes are pointing towards the front of your mat. Right toes in. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, reach and bring the left hand down to your left leg. Slide it down as much as you can. And stop there. 1, strong legs. Pull the lower belly in. 2, your legs are working. Your core is working. You're feeling the stretch on the right side of the body. 4, steady breathing. 5, inhale, come up. Trikonasana B, turn the left toes in and face the back of your mat. Right toes pointing towards the back of the mat. And you're going to square off towards the back of the mat. So that means both shoulders and both hips are pointing towards the back of the mat. You can even put your hands on your hips to make sure that your hips are both pointing in the same direction. So your right hip is moving back, your left hip is moving forward. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the left hand down to the outside of the right foot. If that feels really unstable, bring it to the inside of the left foot. And then reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, twisting through the spine. Find your breath. 2, keep the legs strong. Keep the hips squared. 3, 4, press into the left hand to reach the chest up towards the ceiling. One more breath. 5, inhale, come back up. Exhale, face the front of the mat, square off towards the front of the mat. Both hips, both shoulders pointing forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Move your right hip forward, your left hip back. Strong legs. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down to the outside of the left foot or the inside of the left foot. Press down through the right hand and reach the chest up as you twist the spine, gazing up towards the left fingers. 1, 2, 3. Keep pressing into that right hand, into the floor, finding your foundation to help you find a deeper twist through the upper spine. 4, 5. Press into the feet. Inhale as you come up. Exhale. Samasthiti. Good. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. This time, you're taking a wider stance. Turn the right toes out towards the back of the mat and bend into the right knee. Right knee is over the right ankle. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the outside of the right foot or bring the forearm to the thigh. Reach the left arm over your head. 1, 2, wherever you are, you're engaging through the right leg, engaging through the left leg, pressing down through the outside edge of the left foot. Take one more breath. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale as you come up. Pivot the feet, left toes pointing towards the front of the mat. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Don't be scared to really use the strength of your legs here. Left knee over the left ankle. Right leg is strong. Left hand down to the floor or the forearm comes to the top of the thigh. Reach the right arm over your head. 1, shoulders away from the ears. 2, pull the lower belly in. 3, steady breathing. 4, 5, inhale, press into the left foot as you come back up to the center. Exhale for B, the twisting version of this posture. Come down to your left foot. I'm going to face the front so that you can see what's going on. You're going to bring the left elbow to the right thigh. Palms together. Press into the palms. Move the palms towards the center of your chest to find a deeper twist. 1, pull the lower belly in. If you want, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. 3, 4, keep pressing into the left elbow, moving the palms toward the center of your chest, finding a deeper twist. Inhale, slowly come out of it, and switch sides. Left foot forward, you can pivot around to the front of the mat, or just switch sides, coming down to stand on your right knee. Same thing. Palms together, right elbow to the left thigh. So here, the deeper you go, the higher up you slide down onto the arm. So the closer you get the shoulder to the left thigh or the left knee. Palms together. 1, you can look out to the side or up towards the ceiling. 2, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, see if you can balance. 3, keep pressing into the right elbow, finding the twist. 4, 5, Inhale, come up. Exhale into Samastitihi. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And slow breath out. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale. Step the right foot back. Hands to your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale. Fold forward. Hands to the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward, crown of the head moving towards the mat. So now if your hands aren't touching, widen your stance or bend the knees a little bit. If the palms are flat, you can walk the hands back, moving the torso through the legs. Find your breath. 3. Shoulders away from the ears. 4. Strong legs. Engage through the quads. 5. Inhale, straighten the arms, look up. Exhale there. Inhale, hands to the hips, come all the way up. Exhaling at the top. B. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the hands on the hips. Relax through the spine, relax through the neck. 1. Slowing down the breath here, calming the nervous system. 2. Shoulders away from the ears, pulling in the lower belly. 3. Strong legs. 4. See if you can shift the weight forward to the tops of the feet. 5. Inhale, press down through the feet as you come up, exhaling at the top. C. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, fold forward. We're stretching our shoulders. So move the hands away from the hips, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders. 1, 2. Strong legs. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, press down as you come up. Last one here. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, fold forward, catch the big toes. Inhale, look up, pull the lower belly and flatten the back. Exhale, fold forward as the sit bones tilt up towards the ceiling and the crown of the head goes down. 1, strong legs. Deep breathing. 2, 3, 4, shoulders away from the ears, strong legs. 5, inhale, look up, hold it on the exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, hands to the hips. Exhale, Samastitihi, top of the mat, feet together. Parsvottanasana. Bring the hands into reverse prayer. Or, if that's not accessible, just grab onto opposite forearms. Inhale, step the right foot back, face the back of the mat. Square the hips. Exhale, folds forward, folding into the right hip crease, moving the left hip forward, pressing evenly down through both feet. 1, pull the lower belly in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up as you press through the right foot. Pivot around, face the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward into the left hip crease, moving the left hip back. 1, 2, pulling in the lower belly, pressing evenly down through both feet. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, press into the left foot to come up. Exhale, release the hands, top of the mat, feet together, Samasthiti. Utthita Padangusthasana. So I'm going to face forward so you can see me. Left hand comes to the left hip. Strong left leg, left leg. Shift your weight into the left foot, pick up the right leg, and then either catch the right knee and hold it here, or catch the right big toe and straighten as much as you can. 1, pull the lower belly in, relax the shoulders. 2, steady breathing, find something to gaze on, something that's not moving. Maybe your big toe. 3, strong standing leg. 4, 5, exhale, bring it out to the side. You can keep holding onto the knee if that's what you're doing. 1. It's even okay if the knee doesn't straighten all the way. 2, now testing your balance. See if you can gaze over the left shoulder. 3, find your breathing. Deep breaths. 5, inhale, bring the leg forward. Exhale, now you're going to try to fold forward and touch the chin towards your shin. As close as you can get it. Inhale, come right back up. Both hands to your hips. Hold the leg out straight. 1, hold it, gazing at the toes. 2, come into the breathing. 3, 4, 5, exhale, Samasthiti. Good. That one's kind of hard. You can shake the legs out if you need to. Okay. Other side. Right hand to your hip. Shift your weight over to the right side. Strong standing leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. Catch the knee, catch the big toe, and straighten as much as possible. 1, find a dristy point, something that's not moving that you can gaze on. 2, pressing down through the base of the big toe so you're not going out to the side of the foot. 3, pull the lower belly in. 4, 5, exhale, bring it out to the side. 1, for balance challenge, you can gaze over the right shoulder. 2, relax the shoulders. 3, and if you fall out of it, just come right back in. 5, steady, bring it forward. And now try folding forward. Exhale, chin towards your shin, pull the lower belly in. Inhale, come right back up. Find your center, hold the leg out. 1, 2, find your breath. 3, 4, lift it a little bit higher, even if you're shaking. And 5, Samasthiti. Good. Okay. Other side. Not other side. Next posture. Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. So you're going to bring the right leg up first. And you have 2 options. You can either just come into tree pose and bring the palms to prayer and hold it here. Or if you want to go into more of a hip rotation, you bring the right foot and you bring it up onto the left hip crease, catching the bottom of the right foot with the palm facing forward. So don't catch the foot like that. Catch the foot like this. Hold the right foot like this. Good. Now you're going to wrap the right arm behind the back. And if it's possible, you catch the inside of the left arm. So catching like the elbow. Yeah, giving yourself something to bind. If that's really easy, you can walk the hand down the left arm and eventually catch the toes. Good. And then if you're catching the toes and you're binding and you feel really stable up here, then you can fold forward and bring the left hand down to the floor. So I'll give you a moment to try that. Stop wherever you need to and hold it there with your breath. Find your breath wherever you end up. If you're folding forward, the left hand comes down to the floor. Relax the neck. Let's take 3 more breaths here. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up, hold it on the exhale. Now you're going to slowly come up. Try to come up without releasing the right leg. Good. When you come to the top, release the right leg. Okay, shake out the legs if you need to. Get ready for the other side. Strong standing leg. Pick up the left leg, either into tree pose or bring the left foot over to the right hip crease. Relax the hip so that the knee can move back towards the wall behind you. Catch the left foot with your right hand. Good. Even if the foot's down here, that's fine. Yeah? Wrap the left arm behind the back. Catch the inside of the right arm around the elbow. Or just leave the left hand behind the back if you can't quite reach the right arm. Good. Taking the bind if that's possible. And if you're ready, exhale, fold forward. Take your time. If it's possible, the right palm is flat. Relax the neck. 3 more breaths here. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up, exhale there. Find your standing leg, come up with control. Inhale, slowly come up, find your center, and then exhale, release the left leg. Top of the mat, feet together into Samasthiti. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat, relax the neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump both feet forward. Bend the knees, lift the chest. Utkatasana, chair pose, 5 breaths. 1, 2, bend the knees, sink the hips down. 3, steady breathing. 4, 5. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now we're going to try something here that's kind of hard, but super fun. Lolasana. So from here, come down onto your knees actually, so that you're sitting on your feet. So you're going to bring your hands to the floor, somewhere around the midpoint of your thighs. And we're going to try to lift up from here. This helps build a lot of core strength and a lot of upper body strength. So if something that's really helpful here is to have some blocks. So you put your hands on blocks and you push up from the blocks instead. That helps to give you a little bit more height. But if not, we'll just go from the floor. So inhale, press into your hands, press into your shoulders, and lift up. 1, 3 breaths. 2, 3. Okay, that's really hard. So if you can't get up your entire lower body off the floor, it's totally fine. That takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. Maybe just lifting your hips and keeping your feet on the floor like this. Yeah? Let's try it one more time. Hands to the floor. Press into the hands, press into the shoulders. 1, 2, pressing into the shoulders, spreading the shoulder blades apart. 3, and come down. Okay, now stepping back for Vinyasa. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Virabhadrasana. Step the right foot forward. Bend into the right knee. Lower the back heel. Inhale, lift the chest. Palms touch, gaze up. 1, 2, keep bending into the right knee. 3, pressing into the left foot, squaring the hips as much as possible. 4, 5, inhale, pivot around to the back of the mat. For the left side, bend into the left knee. 1, 2, sinking the hips down and reaching the rib cage up. 3, 4, bend into the left knee. 5, Virabhadrasana B, open up the arms, Open up the hips, gaze over the left fingers. 1, bending into the left knee. 2, relaxing the shoulders. 3, sinking the hips down. 4, pull the lower belly in, strong legs. 5, inhale, straighten the left leg, pivot the feet, exhale, right side. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, sinking deeper. 4, 5. Exhale, bring both hands to either side of the right foot. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's jump through to seated. If you know how to jump through, go ahead. If not, bring one foot forward, top of the foot. That's super important. A lot of people want to come to the bottom of the foot, but if you keep doing that, you'll keep getting stuck and never jump through. Top of the foot. Knee in between the arms. Cross the shins, bring the other foot forward, top of the foot. Both knees are in between the arms, and then from here you can lower the hips and send the legs through. So that's sort of the most basic breakdown of jumping through. In the next round, I'll show you the next level up. Okay, Dandasana. Legs are straight, feet are flexed, feet are together. Bring the hands next to the hips, palms on the floor. So now whether the arms are straight or bent just depends on your anatomy. If you have long arms, the arms are going to be a little bit bent. If you have short arms, then maybe you can't even get the palms flat. Maybe you just have the fingertips on the floor. So figure out where your arms need to be in order to have that straight spine. That's the main objective here, is a straight spine, not straight arms. So you're pressing down through the sit bones as you lift up through the center of the chest and you tuck the chin down. 5 deep breaths here. Keep the lower belly pulled in. 1, keep the legs strong. 2, breathing into the rib cage, expanding, contracting. 3, shoulders down the back. 4, 1 more deep breath. 5. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, fold forward, catch the big toes. If that's too far, catch the outsides of the legs. Inhale, pull the lower belly in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward as you keep pulling in the lower belly and relax the neck. 1. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. 2, try not so hard to pull yourself forward with the strength of your arms. 3, instead engage through the legs and pull the lower belly in and allow that action to bring you forward. 4, 5, inhale, look up, hold it on the exhale. Take a moment here. We're going to go down for a deeper stretch. Inhale, catch the outsides of the feet, or just stay where you are if you think that was deep enough. Or catch the outsides of the feet, or interlace the fingers behind the feet. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. 1, pull the lower belly in, creating space in the pelvic bowl. 2, deep breaths. 3, strong legs. As we engage through the quadriceps, we allow the hamstrings to release even more. 4, 5, inhale, look up. Exhale there. Release the hands. We're going to go straight into Purvottanasana. Inhale, slide the hands behind the hips, about a foot away from the hips. Keep the feet together. Keep the legs internally rotating towards each other, towards the center. We're going to inhale, bend into the arms as you lift the hips up, lift the chest, and drop the head back. 1. Keep lifting through the hips. 2. 3, pull the lower belly in. 4, rotating the shoulders forward. 5, exhale, come down. Take a vinyasa, which we start by doing the reverse of a jump through. We do a jump back. So you cross the ankles, tuck the feet underneath you. As you roll over the ankles, come onto your knees, hands in front. Inhale, step back into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to break down the jump through again. Bring one foot forward, top of the foot, knee in between the arms, other foot forward, cross the shins, both knees in between the arms, lower the hips, and send the legs through. Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana. So it's like what we did standing in the tree pose, lotus pose variation, but we're doing it sitting. So you're going to bend the right knee, first closing the knee joint. And then you're going to pick up the right foot. Pick up the right foot so that the heel is coming as close as it can to the navel, to the right below the belly button. And then we're going to move the right hip forward so that the foot comes on top of the left hip. So that progression is important so that we make sure we're rotating into the hip joint instead of into the knee. So if we bypass that hip rotation, then the body looks for other places to rotate if that's where we're forcing the body to go. So it'll go into the knee, and the knee joint doesn't like to rotate. So we really have to try to make sure that the rotation is coming from the hip. And if you reach a limit in the hip rotation, that's fine. Just stop there. Don't force more rotation by forcing it into the knee. So a good sign that you're forcing it into knee is if you feel any knee joint pain. So if that happens, then just back up a little bit. Backing up in lotus may look like having the knee lifted. You can even put something underneath the knee to support it if you need to, or just having the foot further down the leg. Yeah? Okay, so find your lotus position. Keep your left leg strong, left foot flex. Wrap the right arm behind the back for the same thing, the same bind as when we were standing. If you can't catch the left foot, that's okay. You can just have the right arm behind the back. Inhale, fold forward, catch the outside of the left foot. Exhale, pull the lower belly in and fold forward. 1, 2, keep pulling in the lower belly. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. And release the foot and switch sides. Bend the left knee first, closing the knee joint. Pick up the left foot so that the heel is coming towards the navel, and then move the left hip forward and bring the left foot over as high up as you can towards the right hip crease. Wrap the left arm behind the back. If it's possible, bind the toes. Inhale, catch the outside of the right foot or the outside of the right leg. Pull the lower belly in. Exhale, fold forward. 1. Strong right leg. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Take a moment. And release the right leg. Now we're going to take a vinyasa. You know what you're doing. Cross the shins. Roll over the feet. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so now if you've mastered the 1 foot at a time, then you do both feet at a time. So you have to kind of jump into it. So jump into that cross shin position with the knees in between the arms. Inhale, jump. And then if you can, keep yourself lifted up here for a moment. Hold it. Find that strength. And then exhale, come down. Yeah? Let's try that again. Come back into that position. Inhale. So it's like the Navasana position, just with the shins crossed. 2, hold it. 3, 2 more breaths. 4, 5, exhale. Good. So in order to be able to find that position, your shoulders really need to be forward. So you can't just come up from here, yeah? You need to shift forward, bring the weight into the hands, shoulders forward and hips up. Okay, send the legs through. Training Mukha Kapata Paschimottanasana. You're going to bend the right knee. So before in Lotus, we were externally rotating into the hip. Now we're going to internally rotate. So bend the right foot so that the right knee, so that the foot comes next to the right hip. If you feel a lot of pressure in the knee, you can move the knee out a little bit. If not, try to bring the knees as close as you can to each other. And if you want, you can sit on top of something. So put something underneath your left hip if you need to alleviate some more pressure in the knee. Inhale, fold forward, catch the left foot or the outside of the left leg. Exhale, fold. Strong left leg. 1, 2, pressing into the right hip. 3, strong left leg. Keep bringing yourself back to the center. 4, pulling in the lower belly. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale there. Release the foot and switch sides. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee, internally rotating. Bring the left foot to the outside of the left hip. Inhale, fold forward, catch the right foot. Exhale, fold. Pull the lower belly in, strong right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. And take a vinyasa. This time, let's make it a little bit more challenging. So you're going to cross the feet. Now we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to lift up in between. So bring the hands in front. So now it's a little bit different because now the feet are in front. Before the feet were kind of behind us, but it's the same principles. You're going to bring your hands to the floor in front of the hips, and you're going to shift the weight forward, bringing your shoulders forward, press into the hands, and lift up. Lift the hips. 1, just 3 breaths here. 2, you can gaze forward a little bit. 3, don't come down. Walk the feet behind the hands. Good. Now we're in that position before where we were more in like the Lolasana position when we were lifting up. So just so that you're clear on that difference, it's the similar strength that's working. It's just a little bit of a different body position. One is with the feet behind the hands, and one is with the feet in front of the hands. So also that movement of the feet while you're lifted so that they're in front of the hands and behind the hands is super helpful to build the strength for jumping back and jumping through. So let's just do that one more time. Start with the feet in front of the hands. Feet are on the floor. Hands are on the mat. In front of the hips. Inhale, lift up and see if you can walk the feet behind the hands, and then you can bring the legs down. Okay, find your plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, jump through seated. So when you jump through and you have the shins crossed, don't bring the hips down. We're going to do what we just did. Jump the feet forward, cross the shins, don't come down, and now walk the feet forward so they're in front of their hands. And then come down, and then straighten the legs. Okay, I know it's hard. A lot of strength in the upper body. But the more you practice, the more it'll come, and then you'll have these beautiful jump through and jump backs. And you'll be able to most efficiently transition from a downward facing dog into a seated position. Janu Shirshasana A. So now we're just going to bend the right knee. Left leg is strong. Before we go down, squaring the shoulders over the left leg. Make sure your right hip is relaxed so that when you fold forward, your right hip doesn't come with you. Inhale. Exhale, keep pressing back through the right hip as you fold evenly over the left leg. Pull the lower belly in. 1, catch the left foot or the outside of the left leg. 2, keep pushing that right hip back. 3, so you feel a stretch on the right side of the body a little bit. 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Release the foot. Switch sides, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Square the shoulders over the right leg. Relax the left hip. Right leg is strong. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing back to the left hip as you reach forward. 1. 2. Pulling in the lower belly. Steady breathing. Focus on the deep breathing. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Okay, take a vinyasa. Cross the shins, hands to the floor. Lift up, and then walk the feet behind the hands, and then you can come down. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through to seated. Jump with the shins crossed. Don't lower the hips. Walk the hands, walk the feet through the hands. Exhale, lower the hips. Okay. Straighten the legs. Marichyasana A. Inhale, bend the right knee. So you want there to be a space between the right foot and the right leg. Okay? And close this knee joint as much as possible. Inhale, you're going to bring both hands forward on the inside of the right leg. Yeah? Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. Okay. When you're here, make sure the right knee doesn't go out to the side. You keep the right knee hugged in close towards the right shoulder. Good. And if you feel comfortable here, you can go for the bind. Internally rotate through the right shoulder with the thumb pointing down and wrap it around the right shin towards the back and then bind with the left hand. And then keep folding forward over the left leg. 1. Left leg is strong, left foot is flexed. 2. 3. Find your breath. 4. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Release. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. Again, close the knee joint. Make sure there's a space between the left foot and the right leg. Fold forward. Good. Reaching the left arms forward, keeping the left knee hugging towards the left shoulder. 1. Reaching forward. Go for the bind if you want to. 2. 3. Keep the right leg strong. Flex the right foot. 4. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Release the bind. Straighten the legs. And then cross the shins. Hands in front of the hips. Inhale, lift. Walk the feet behind the wrists. And then bring the legs down. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump both feet forward, cross the shins, don't come down. Walk the feet through the arms, and then lower the hips. Okay. Marichyasana C. Twisting version. Bend the right knee, and then just hug the right knee. You're going to twist over to the right side, bring the right arm behind the back, lift the chest, and look over the right shoulder. 1. Go for the bind here if you know how to do the bind and you want to go a little bit deeper. 2. 3. 4. 5. Exhale, release. Release the right leg. Bend the left leg. Hug the left leg. Left arm behind the back, lifting the spine. 1. So you want to try to get the torso across the left thigh. 2, looking over the left shoulder. 3, really use that arm, hugging the left leg to deepen the twist. 4, strong right leg. 5, exhale, release. Take a vinyasa, cross the shins, hands in front of the hips. Inhale, lift the hips, walk the feet back, and then lower down, step back into a plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale into plank. Hold the plank. 1, strong legs, strong core. Press the shoulders down and spread the shoulder blades away from each other. 2, 1 more breath. 3, bring the knees down and come into child's pose. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to do a little bit of core work and then some stretching, some hip opening stretching, and then we'll do closing postures. Good. Take another breath in child's pose. Inhale, come into downward facing dog, and jump through. Cross the shins, walk the feet through, and lower the hips. Navasana. 1, pull the lower belly in. 2, 3, 4, lift the chest. 5, they're going to cross the shins, hands in front of the hips, and that's right, you probably guessed where I'm going with this. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, come down. Navasana again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the shins, hands in front of the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Again, 1, 2, pull the lower belly and lift the chest. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. And if you want to make it more challenging, you inhale, lift with the feet off of the floor. Navasana again. 1, 2, deep breaths. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Try with the feet off the floor. Exhale, come down. One more time. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, 4. I don't know about you, but I'm shaking. And 5. Take a vinyasa, cross the shins, lift up, walk the feet back. And from here, try not to come down. Go straight into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's come into some pigeon. So you're going to bring the right leg forward. Right knee comes towards the right wrist. And you can bend the knee as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, walk the chest down. We'll hold it here for a little bit. So if you want to make it less intense, then you bring the left foot closer to you bring your right foot closer to your left hip. If you want to make it more intense, you move the left foot forward towards the top of your mat. And if you feel like you're still really tense in this posture, you can sit on something like a bolster, put it underneath your right hip. So that'll add some support. Good, wherever you are, just take a few more breaths here. Just relaxing and noticing where you're holding the tension. Scanning the body and just noticing where the tension is. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Walk the hands up. Make your way back into downward facing dog. And bring the left foot forward. Good. Lower the right hip. Adjust yourself to the intensity that works for you, finding your edge. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. And then find stillness. Take one more breath here. Inhale, come up. Tuck the back toes. Find your way into a downward facing dog. Jump through and lie down on your back. Do some back bending postures. Bend the knees and plant the feet in front of the hips. So we'll just do a simple bridge pose to start. Feet are parallel to each other and hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift the hips up. Keep the knees together, towards each other. 1, not touching, just moving towards each other, towards the center. 2, lifting the hips. You can interlace the fingers if you'd like. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release. You can do that 2 more times. Or you can do the full wheel pose. Bringing the hands next to the ears. Fingertips pointing towards the shoulders. Elbows in towards each other. Don't let the elbows go out too much. Inhale, you're going to press up to the top of the head. Check in with the shoulders. Check in with the elbows. Elbows in towards each other. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Press all the way up. 1. Heels out, toes in, knees towards each other. 2. Relax the neck. 3. Deep breaths. 4. Press into the legs, lift the hips. 5. Exhale, top of the head. Or just come into the bridge pose again if you can. If you're doing full wheel pose, walk the hands in. Remember, elbows in towards each other, shoulder blades down the back, knees in towards each other. Inhale, lift up. 1. Deep breaths. 2, if you can, walk the hands towards your feet. 3, 4, 5. Exhale all the way down. Take a moment. Bring the knees to the chest. Hug the knees. And we'll rock up to seated. Straighten the legs. And fold over the legs. Release through the spine. Release through the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Take a vinyasa, any version you want to take. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulder stand, Sarvandasana. Jump through. Lie down on your back. Inhale, lift the legs up. Bring the hands to the lower back. 1, legs are straight. 2, and as much as you can, bring the elbows towards each other, sliding the hands towards the middle of the back. 3, deep breaths. 4, 5, 6, 7, moving the chin away from the chest. 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Bring the feet behind you to Halasana. If the feet touch, interlace the fingers. 1. Point the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Karnapinasana. Bend the knees so the knees come towards the ears. Round the spine. 1. Keep taking deep breaths. 2, 3, 4. If the feet aren't touching and you feel really unsupported here, you can bring the hands to the lower back. 6, 7, 8. Release the hands. Palms flat on the mat. Roll through the spine. Come all the way down. Keep the head on the floor. Cross the shins and lower the legs. So you're now in your like a cross-legged position lying down. We're going to come to Marichyasana, which is like the fish pose. Use your elbows to lift the chest and bring the crown of the head towards the mat. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs. 1. If that feels really unsupportive for the neck, keep the elbows on the floor, lifting through the chest. 2. Opening the front side of the body through the throat. 3, 4, 5, 6, lifting through the chest, lifting through the sacrum. 7, 8, and release that. Bring the knees to the chest. Inhale, rock up, and take a vinyasa, any version that you like. Inhale into plank, exhale. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Shavasana, headstand. Come down to your knees and sit back on your heels. So first we're going to set up the headstand so that it has a really good foundation. This is super important in headstand so that we don't damage the neck. First thing that's really important is that you make sure that you bring the top of the head towards the mat. So you can put your hand on the top of the head and push down on the head. So notice how it feels a lot more stable when you're pushing down from the top center of the head as opposed to the hairline or the back of the head. So it's really common to come to the hairline for headstands. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure you put the top of the head on the floor. Okay, next thing is grab into your elbows like this, and then put that on the floor, and then interlace the fingers. So wherever your elbows are, from that little measurement that you did, make sure they don't go wider than that. When your elbows are here, then they're right underneath the shoulders, and then that gives you better access to the shoulders to use the strength of the shoulders to hold you up in this position, as opposed to just dumping all of the weight into the top of the head. So interlace the fingers and open the palms. And the palm opening is where the back of the head is going to land. Top of the head on the floor, and then kind of gently hug the back of your head with your palms. Press into the elbows, let the shoulders move away from the ears. Tuck the toes and straighten the legs. Okay, this is a handstand prep, and you can just stay here holding it, building this strength, and this is a really good place to practice headstand. If you feel comfortable here, you start to walk the feet towards you. And as you do that, the hips move over the shoulders as much as your hamstring flexibility will allow. As you keep moving the hips over the shoulders, keep pressing into the elbows, into the forearms, and moving the shoulders away from the ears so your shoulders are strong and engaged. Okay, if you feel comfortable here, you can bend one knee into a tuck and then the other knee into a tuck, or just one at a time. You can just stay here playing with one leg at a time and tuck, or both legs. Good. Take your time. Stop at your edge where you're working, but you're not straining. If you're ready to come all the way up, slowly come all the way up. Find your breath. Long, steady breaths wherever you are. Conscious breathing. 5 more breaths wherever you are. 1, 2, strong legs, legs together. 3, pull the lower belly in. 4, keep pressing into the elbows and move the shoulders away from the ears. 5, now see if you can come down slowly with control, and if possible with the legs straight. Come into child's pose and take a moment. So you don't want to come right back up after being upside down. Give the body a chance to equalize. On your next inhale, find your plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through to seated. Find a comfortable seated position, or you can find a full lotus position if that's accessible. Right leg comes first, left leg comes second. Inhale, wrap the arms behind the back. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, fold forward. Forehead or chin towards the mat. 1, 2, slowing down the breath. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Release the arms, wrists towards your knees, pointer towards your thumbs. Straighten the arms, lengthen the spine, lift through the chest, drop the chin. 1, pull the lower belly in. 2, following the breath all the way through the inhale and all the way through the exhale. 3, 4, coming into the space between the inhales and between the exhales. 5, so noticing that space of transition when the inhale becomes the exhale, when the exhale becomes the inhale. 6, that momentary pause in between the breaths. 7, rest your mind there. 8, 9, and 10. Gently come out of that. And one last time, we're going to lift up. This is called Uputihi. Inhale, bring the hands to the floor in front of the hips, somewhere on the midline of the thighs. Shift the weight forward. Bring the shoulders forward and press into the hands, press into the shoulders, lift up. 1, if you're not in full lotus, you do it like we were doing before with the shins crossed. 2, lift the hips, knees towards your chest. 3, pressing into the shoulders. 4, keep breathing. 6, see if you can lift the feet. 7, 8, don't come down. 9, 10, exhale, come down. Good, take one last vinyasa. Come into your plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through. Seated and lie down on your back for final resting pose, Shavasana. Good. Let the feet move away from each other, the palms facing up. Close the eyes. And settle here into the natural breath. So we're not controlling the breath anymore. Let the breath be natural. Just observing the breath as it moves in and out through the nostrils. Relax the whole body here. Full body relaxation. If you'd like, you can stay here a little bit longer if you have some extra time. Now start deepening the breath. Slowly start waking up the body, moving your fingers and your toes, rocking the head side to side. Bending the knees, taking a deep breath in, and exhaling through the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug the knees in. And come over to the right side of the body. And slowly making your way back up to seated. Come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your knees and gently close the eyes. And just settle here for a moment. Settling into the body, into the breath. The eyes closed. And settling into that quiet space. Bring the palms to heart center. We'll close with an Om together. Inhale through the nose. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for practicing with me. If so, this was kind of like a halfway between an intro and a half primary. So if this class was too hard, then maybe go back and try one of the intro classes. And if you feel like you could use a little bit more of a challenge, then you can try the half primary. And then from there, you try the full primary. So Ashtanga, you progressively learn it and you just stop where you are. And wherever you are, that's totally fine. As long as you're breathing and you're conscious of your breath, you're conscious of your movements. So we can settle more into the present moment instead of trying to reach these postures and accomplishing these postures. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon.